I don't know, but I already hit the button. Hello, it's
Hey!
dark.
What a bunch of jerks.
No waiting. We'll jump straight to the front of the line. So,
Nice.
Hold on. I'm sending links.
Cubist podcast YouTube.
oh, Jesus.
www.
Dear Lord. You people are ridiculous. All right. Chat room. Welcome back. Glad to see you all made it. Well, except for you all haven't made it yet. 3 of you have made it.
Who?
See, I don't know. It's probably me, you, and Leland.
I'm not there yet, so.
You're not there yet. All right. So it's me, Leland, and somebody. Oh, there we go. We'll get there. We'll get there. I am 100% sure that there are people that wish that we would just let the main show go long so they don't have to click a second link.
Mm-hmm.
But I really want to make sure that when the audio podcast comes back, which I don't know where we're at with that, and we'll figure that out at some point. I wish that we hadn't lost our producer, darn it. Anyway, when we get the audio show back up and running, I want it to only be one file, right? So we'll get there. So, hey, there's the chat room wandering in. Thanks for hanging with us. Sorry for the second stream weirdness. I know that part kind of sucks, but it is. Yes, exactly. Hit the damn bell.
Hey, but we got Mike Van Castle cool. He wasn't here before.
No, but what the hell did you just say?
I just said Mike's on here.
No, yeah, but then you tried to say his last name. There was like a U in there somewhere.
I am the chief mispronouncer of names.
That's true. You are. I forgot about that.
My job.
That is sort of your job. I apologize. That was my bad. That's my bad. All right. So, chat, welcome back. We have a third set of reviews that we were originally all going to talk about.
Oh, I got to add my lower third before you all get going. I got to get yellow before Patrick does.
No.
I like it.
Of water.
This is the dumbest part of the show. Nobody ever fights with me. That's exciting. Nobody cares.
Hey, as long as we're in the after dark.
Yeah, you can go yellow too.
Do you guys? No, that's fine. Do you guys think
that's
still sounds like a porn name?
What?
I like that we can make porn jokes now because we're on the After Dark show.
Yeah.
What sounds like a porn name?
Leland Steele.
Oh, Leland Steele
does kind of sound like a porn name.
He's faking it.
And Mike Vander Castilli. Mike, type out your last name phonetically.
Yeah.
It's Castilli.
Castilli?
You
have to say it as if you're... Do you have to say it with the vaguely offensive Italian accent, or are you allowed?
That wasn't an accent. That was just me.
Spanish.
Right. Just checking. All right. I don't know. All right. So should we start with the boring Knizia game and then talk about real games after that? Or
I didn't do my third.
Yeah. None of us.
None of us done our third. Okay.
Van de Castile. Got it.
I'm not going to talk much about it. Schottentotten, I don't know why you bastards didn't tell me to pick up Battle Line, but I'm glad you didn't because Schottentotten has better art and it's a lot of fun. The end. Buy it. You're up, Patrick, because you got the more interesting game.
Wow.
I love Knizia. So
I don't love Battle Line.
Oh, we could do something else fun though. That I was going to do instead of doing
Todd Kauk, who I know was a fan of the show. I met up with him when he won the episode 1 contest where we gave away a copy of Junk Art. And then he lives in Canada, and I realized that shipping the wooden version of Junk Art to Canada would basically have broken me financially. So I drove 2 hours north where he happened to be vacationing in Wisconsin and just delivered it to him. And we played Battle Line at the restaurant.
I like Schottentotten. It's fun. It's a fun little 2-player game.
It was
basically just fighting
great hanging out with Todd.
And it's poker things. Yes, I did see Yellow and Yanksy. I don't think that's how it's spelled, but
it's the so that's the sequel to Tigers and Euphrates, right?
Yes. And yes, speaking of which, you saw we're getting Java back as well, Chad, right? Except it's not called Java this time. So, all right. What would be more fun? You could tell me what kind of problem I have. Because in the next month, starting Friday, I think things are going to start showing up. I have Chimera coming. I have the new Teacher deck coming that I mistakenly ordered. I thought it was the Z-Man version because I wanted it all to match my other shit, and it didn't. It's the stupid Abacus Spiel one. Anyway, coming. I have Spirit Island. I have the big box of Carcassonne. Yes, I already own Carcassonne and all the expansions, but I wanted the prettier art. I have the Ladies of Troyes coming. I have Cacao Chocolat coming. I have Harvest showing up. I have Feudum, which is finally going to freaking ship this week coming. Legend of Korra and Seventh Continent by within 30 days.
Wow.
So
who has a freaking problem here?
Yeah. Well, we already knew that. Like, you are your area's Captain Buys a Lot.
I sold 26 games in an auction, and I've already accumulated like 9 back. It's like this weird disease.
It's not even
contagious. I don't know what the heck it is.
I think I just got cured of that particular disease this month. Is all I'm going to say. I think I'm good for a while. That's all right.
Chad, I care about Seventh Continent, but I have a feeling it's never going to get freaking played, and I'm going to turn around and I'm going to sell it for $250.
So I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. I'm probably going to sell mine, and I really like it.
Yeah.
I'll
let you sell first. I won't go up and compete.
Well,
yes, Paul, I have a problem.
Seventh Continent is a great idea, and it is an okay game. It is, however, really hard, and you can F yourself over and not know it and have to sink 8 hours in just to find out you screwed up.
Yeah.
And I think that that's an issue.
It is the epitome of what a Kickstarter is. It was FOMO through and through. And I sat there and I fought it and fought it and fought it. And I'm like, damn it, I'm not going to have a chance to buy it all like this again. So I'm going to do it now.
Oh, see, and I don't know. Here's the deal. I think that with your kids, you might really it might go over gangbusters at your house.
It might, if they give it a chance.
But I do, because here's the deal. It's sort of like, it's like a crafting survival game. It's frickin' Minecraft, almost. Yeah. Like, I mean, not really.
It's a choose your own adventure thing more than a game. Is kind of what I like to
me. It's not. It's definitely a game, because it's definitely a hand management game.
Okay.
It's very much is. Like, it's a matter of how many cards do I need? How many cards? When do I use this card? Do I use this for this, or do I use it for the thing, or can I afford to discard this, or whatever?
Gotcha.
It's very much a game. The problem is the game is long, and if you screw up, you have to really enjoy. You have to be okay with having enjoyed the ride.
Figuring it out. Yeah.
I think younger players will enjoy that more. Like, okay. I just think, and also I'm not good at puzzly crap. Like, it just puzzle room games like that. I'm just bad at them. And this has a smattering of that as well. So,
yeah, I kicked myself for doing it. I was right there with you, Paul. I was going to cancel it. And then I didn't, just because of how they're doing it, basically, because you can't buy it in retail. You can't do this. You got to buy it through the freaking Kickstarter.
Well, I'm hopefully going to sell.
So they preyed upon my weaknesses.
And I mean, I have the first edition, right? And I did not back it for the expansion. So I'm not, mine is going to sell, but it's not going to sell for $300 or whatever, because I'm not going to have all the goodies. But it'll go. I
had $2.5 million worth of people are buying Batman for that stupid reason.
Yeah. All right. Can we talk about a real game? Hang on. Patrick's. I'm kidding, kind of. Oh, look at the sad face.
You're lucky I just.
Hey, I'm going to present also. Everybody can see this. What?
I said you're lucky I disconnected my mouse, or I'd mute you. I had to charge my phone.
Patrick's third game, and the fact that it is his third game and we didn't get it onto the main show almost hurts me a little bit, but it's. Go, Patrick, go.
All right, I'm going to talk about a game I played. My friend Jimmy had. We were over at a game day, and the group wanted to play Secret Hitler, and I refused to play Secret Hitler. So I sat over on the couch, and Jimmy came over and goes, "What do you want to play?" And he said, "Well, how about this game, Himmel und Bier?" And I said, "Sure." And so he and I played a 2-player game of it, and So we were monks brewing beer. I think there's an American version of it out called Heaven and
Yeah.
Ale. Yeah.
Yes, there
An
is.
Englishized version of a bastardized version of it.
Yes. So so we played a 2-player game, and I think I talked about it on our show this week and described the end game scoring is a bit wonky. But the game itself is fun. So for those of you who haven't played it, it's a circular track. You played in 2-player. You played
3.
You played 3 rounds.
Yep.
But
and in any other player count, you play 6.
Right.
No. What?
Well,
players,
we played a 4-player. We played a 2-player game, and then we played a 4-player game, and those are the only 2-player types I've played.
Yep.
Okay.
And there's various action spaces that you can move forward on, and you can move any amount of spaces that you want forward to the next available space. And you buy these tiles, or you land on these tiles, and you have to pay for them to either get more victory points or to get what's the other side? Scoring point,
You're
money
get
points,
resources, or resources,
or money, or scoring opportunities, or what do the little discs do? The discs allow you to.
The discs are you're activating
activate
Scoring
your cards, your bonus cards, and as well as score things, and there's a lot of things going on. Brandon could probably talk about it better than me.
No, you sound like me, exactly how I described it.
Right, it's just a hard game to describe. So you just go around this board, and each time around it is a year, so to speak, and then the other guy catches up, and then that ends, and then you start another turn around, and you go around it 3 times. And then at the end is what the wonkiness I want to talk about. So there's all these different tracks that go up. Your brewmeister goes up, and he gets to a certain point at the top of the track, and then all of these other categories you're trying to get up, and they're just different little cylinders of different colors representing like yeast and I don't know, malts and hops and beer things. And the highest one goes down at a ratio based on where your beer master is. Like maybe he's up to the 3-to-1 level. So the top thing goes down 3, and then the bottom thing comes up 1, and then the top thing goes down 3. The bottom thing moves up 1 until they're all kind of bunched together in the middle. And then the lowest one is your times where your brewmaster one is your score. And that's just like the craziest, stupidest thing I think I've ever heard of, because there's just absolutely no way to predict it other than get your brewmaster up as high as you can get him, and then hope your points are kind of going to be good is what I got out of it. Maybe more plays will show more. I mean, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, but just the scoring thing kind of threw me off.
Did you struggle to get the brewmaster high enough?
The second play, well, in the first play, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. You know, I'm playing Jimmy. Jimmy is a good guy, but he tells you nothing when you play the game.
Yeah.
He just says, "Here's the game. Let's play."
Yeah, one of the big things people play wrong in that the first time, and I don't know if you did or not, is when you activate monks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's also going to be how you're going to move your brewmaster up a little more, because your monks don't chain; they just bump the brewmaster.
Yes,
up.
yes, and
So you got it. Then perfect.
Right, we learned that.
Yep.
But yeah, so the second game I pushed the brewmaster, and I think maybe I came in second. I don't know. I never beat Jimmy. Jimmy's a genius. So I just know that going into a game with Jimmy. So you just do that.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So
it is a bit of scoring.
Yeah.
Where you bring things together, and it's going to be the lowest thing is going to be what you.
Right. It's like playing, a Knizia game, because we were joking about him earlier, where it's just a different way of doing that, right?
Yeah.
It's like Ingenious, or I can't think of other games he does that in where.
But the difference is, unlike most Knizia scoring games, I would argue, in Heaven and Ale, the progress of your brewmaster is a really, really big deal. And if the person teaching you the game doesn't hammer on that, you're screwed. Like, I think that because there's that whole get everybody, you score your lowest kind of thing. But if you don't get that brewmaster up there, you're going to get hosed. You know what I mean? Like, at least that's what it's
very original.
For sure.
And it's how it works. And it is hard to describe to people. Don't get me wrong. It's really difficult to describe. But I think it's really after. I won't say after the first play it's intuitive or you're going to realize it, but I think you're going to be able to plan a lot better than you think.
Yeah.
After the first play or two, I know I struggled the first game. It's wonky. You're doing different things and you're just throwing stuff out there and you're like, well, this isn't obviously moving anything. I don't know what I'm doing here. I think you start to grasp it. I love the whole light and dark side, balancing what you want for resources. And so sometimes you're going to put those bigger wheat numbers on the light side because you need that wheat to move up because it's the furthest down the track, right? So then you're got all your low scoring wheats on the dark side, which doesn't get you any money when you activate it. So there's this whole beautiful balance that you have to find, I think, with anything. I don't know. I absolutely adored it. And I don't know. It probably is my favorite game that I've played in the past 2 to 3 years, just because it's something unique. It takes a lot of things from a lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I was gonna say. Have any of you played the older game Nautilus? It was originally a Cosmos game, and then I think Mayfair brought it out. Yeah, it was Mayfair, and so I demoed it for Mayfair when Mayfair was still bringing Cosmos games over and just tucking an English rule sheet inside and then reshrinking it. Remember those days? Those are good times. And I was their demo guy that year, and I demoed 2 tables of Nautilus for 4 days at Gen Con and then had no vocal cords left. And Nautilus's scoring mechanic was the left side of your personal board times the right side of your personal board. So it was, if you let one thing lag, you were hosed. And that was the first thing I thought of when I played Heaven and Ales. I'm like, oh, it's that, right? Once your monk times your other stuff, sort of. So your monk times the Knizia version of your other stuff, right? Like your monk is one half of the board, and the Knizia scoring is the other half, and then it's that. And then you can add in your barrels, which Jason very rightly pointed out. Barrels can be a big scoring thing.
Huge. Yeah,
they can be. They don't have to be.
Oh, they are huge. I've never played a game where they aren't huge.
I have. I have
something I didn't quite pick up on. Yeah,
I've played 3 times now, and in one game, one person ran off with the barrels, and in the other 2 games, the barrels were pretty evenly split across the players, and nobody really ran off with it. Yeah. So I don't think they were I wouldn't say that they were huge. I would say they were a factor in 1 out of 3, like a game changer.
Maybe 2 players is more barrel. Kind of because it's a race. It's basically you against them, and it's your 4 points to 2 points.
Hey, I just realized something. This is the After Dark show, right? Hey, Chad. There.
Oh my God.
Newsflash. Girls are huge.
Shut up.
And also knowing when to score or when to activate those things on your board. You have to use those purple discs. You have to activate those things. You can't just ignore them.
Yeah, those seem pretty contentious.
Yeah, they do. They're the only things that don't pile up. What's that? Go ahead.
Getting back to Rajas. See, that's where I enjoyed this. Man, we were fighting over those fucking purple discs.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're the only thing that don't stack up because everything else, if it doesn't get used, you're going to stack them.
Right. And except for on the 2-player, like the last round, there were 2.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 of them that you double up. Yeah.
Right. But
I think,
thank you, Paul.
Somebody was who said Paul said something.
He said actually the barrels are large and small.
Oh, right. Yes, they are. Oh, those barrels. You're talking about the center barrel thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we boo? Are we allowed to boo Paul? I mean, Paul is one of our favorite people, but boo.
Yes.
Terrible.
But yeah, somebody was talking about that. Somebody reviewed it, I think, on our show, and they were talking about, somebody jumped to it, and then somebody jumped to the next purple thing. Like, man, we got to jump all the way ahead, And that tension was just awesome. I mean,
that was the whole 5th and 6th round in almost in I think all 3 games I played.
Yeah.
Yay! Paul, you're awesome. I saw that. That was awesome. How do I fix that? I have to be able to fix that. Can I make that so that way that shows that?
Something.
Paul may or may not have said the word that rhymes with duck.
I can see it. Yeah.
I
can see it.
YouTube has issues with that, Paul, but you're my hero. That's beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, no, so Brandon, in the main show, you said something about you thought that this was a nominee for Kennerspiel.
This absolutely has to be. a front runner for it. I think Kiesling, pardon my French here, but if Kiesling doesn't get the SDJ and the KSJ, whatever you want to call it, KDJ, I'm going to be mortified. The man, I don't know how he did it, but he has two of the best games that I've played in probably 2-3 years. And they all came out within 6 months of each other, both of them.
Because it's late. Thank you, Azul.
Yeah.
Azul is one of those games that I understand why other people like it, and I'm just it's fine. There have been a few games lately like that for me where I look at the game and I'm like, yep, I totally get why everybody that isn't me is going to love this game. And Azul is near the top of that list. And actually another game that is on that list, I need to play it again to find out if I'm right on the second one. So I don't even want to say the title because I don't want to get yelled at. So teasers for those of you After Dark folks next week, or it might be 2 weeks because I don't know if I'm going to get to play it this week. There will be another one that you can almost that I will be super conflicted on. We'll find out.
Yeah,
there you go.
So I mean, this has kind of brought this whole new thing back to us. We played. What did we play? We played Mexico the other day. We played the Grand the other day. We played. So it's kind of, you know, I love this resurgence that he's having.
What the hell is the Grand? Why don't I know what that is?
Bill, come on,
Bill.
What?
It's the Grande.
Oh, El Grande. Oh, yeah.
The Grand.
That game is, dude, here's the deal.
Don't even, Bill.
When you're traumatized, your brain like takes things and it just tries to hide them from your conscious mind so you don't re-traumatize yourself. And clearly that's what I've done because the game is real bad.
The problem we have with Heaven and Ale winning, and this is going to be the big thing, is the BGG, and everybody has it rated like at a 3-2, right around there. That doesn't win the Kennerspiel anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Isle of Skye won it with a 2.25 weight, and Exit kind of at a 2.5, which I don't understand how that's a 2.5. But
so let's tangent for a second. Hold on, let's tangent. Look, for what is it? I mean, the Cubist has been on the air now for what, pushing 2 years. We're coming up. Well, the relaunch is only 1.5 years, but the main show was on audio for maybe 1.5 years before that. Whatever. Every year we have this conversation about how BGG doesn't reflect what we all think it's supposed to win. So at what point are we going to just realize that we don't actually care about the spiel except for as a thing to bitch about?
I think the spiel is awfully important to dismiss. I honestly
it's important to people that aren't us. It's super important to European gamers. You know what I mean?
To publishers.
Yeah, it's important.
Makes them a lot of money.
I get that.
Paul, you're in the chat room. That's important.
I'm not saying that it isn't important for the publishers. I'm saying it isn't important for us.
It is for me, just because I respect that jury. I think them doing it is the right way to do it. I don't like the BGG awards. I don't like the Dice Tower awards. I don't like fan voted things because that leads to fan voted things winning. I like the idea of a journalistic kind of group that votes on things. I really do. And I think that's what makes the SDJ, even if it's self-important, it makes it important still.
Okay, so it's the only widely known award that has the format that you like.
Yes.
Okay, which is the fact that it is not fan voted.
Yeah.
It is,
and even secret, the IGA.
It's a secret jury. Like it's a secret jury.
I don't know that they're all secret, but yeah.
Well, but I mean that's effectively the idea, right?
Yeah.
Like I okay, and Chris is taking me to task in the chat here.
I knew he would, and I apologize.
And here's all I'm going to say is everybody needs to take a deep breath and realize that I am speaking slightly in hyperbole to prove a point here, which is that we and as content creators, pundits, Chris Michaud coined the word board gaming pundits, and I think that's a fantastic word for it because it feels more honest than content creator, which sounds to me very hoity-toity. I understand that that it means something to the industry. I'm not suggesting that it won't mean anything to the industry. I'm suggesting that at some point in time, we pundits, we have to we're always angry. Everybody's always mad about this damn award because it's always not the thing that we like. And
okay,
it's
just in fairness, I think that's more the Kenner spiel. It gets people in a tizzy, right? Because it's
I don't
supposed
know,
to
it's
be
all of them.
No, I don't remember having an issue with any of the SDJs. I didn't think Exit should win it, but
You're a big Keltis fan, are you?
I don't have a problem. I've never played Keltis.
Well, that's why you don't have a
I'm
problem.
sure Chris
with it.
has it somewhere, and we can remedy this. So we can do that. I don't know.
I am more than willing to be in the minority here. All I'm saying is that it feels like every year we do the same dance with BGG, with the SDJs. I mean,
but we'll do it with the BGG.
Everybody
awards.
loses their shit every year because the game that they think was the only real winner didn't. Like even you, Brandon, and I love you to death, but even you said if Kiesling doesn't win the Spiel and the Kenner Spiel,
we riot.
We riot in the streets.
Riot. Yeah, we burn it all down.
Jesus Christ. See, this is what I mean. Like we all all right. It's fine.
And I don't think people are pissed. I think people just like to hear themselves talk, which is why we're sitting here, right?
That's fair. Well, right.
We like to think our opinions are valid, and we like to. That's all the internet is. It's people yelling their crap at brick walls.
Well, and this is me poking you. I mean, you all really understand this, right? This is generally me just kind of poking the bear a little bit here, right? Yeah. Because I want people to be a little bit self-aware of how ridiculous this thread is, like this rage is every year. Because it's like, oh, come on. It is a fun thing to talk about. It is as important as the Oscars, right? Like on a incredibly smaller scale, but it's the Oscars, the board game version, right? Like it's this thing where leading up to it, everybody wants to talk about, ooh, I have to play all the Spiel nominees so that way I can see what I think and, predictions and all that other fun stuff. But at the end of the I don't know.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I
love awards. I honestly do. And I think part of that is it gives you that reason to try to invest yourself in it. I think if we didn't care, I think that would be very apathetic of us, Yeah.
See, Paul in the chat says that Spiel des Jahres doesn't reward games for geeks. It's all about family games. And this is part of why I personally don't care at all about the Spiel des Jahres awards, because I am not that kind of gamer, right?
I'm a geek and I love those games.
I know, but I'm saying I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy that likes lighter stuff, right? Like if you go and look at, there's a reason I referred to Quadropolis as my midweight game. And I think there are a fair number of people and that would look at me and be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm probably not I'm not probably. I'm definitely not the target demographic for the Spiel des Jahres. And I think that most people, I would even argue that most of the vocal people, as a matter of fact, it was there. Who said that? Yeah, Jason. People pissed are more vocal than people that don't give a shit. Yep. I think that's exactly it. I think that's because that's the Venn diagram of people that are not the target audience, right? Like, I think the people that get angry are the people that are like farther diverged from where the Spiel is trying to hit. That's my theory. But I think that in order for you to create a BGG login and actually use it and read the forums, you have to be pretty far down the rabbit hole to begin with, and Spiel isn't aimed at people that are that far down the rabbit hole. So there you go. My opinion. Send your hate mail to the cubistpodcast@gmail.com. I will be your lightning rod of hate, people. You can tell me all about how wrong I am. Maybe we'll even do, well, we did a Spiel predictions show last year. We should do that again. We'll put that on the schedule. We'll schedule one of those for a few weeks from now. That way we'll all have a few weeks to try and play, things that we think are going to get on there. Maybe we can have a prediction about what the nominees are going to be, and then another prediction about who will win. How about that? That'd be fun. We can do that, right? Or is that milking? Is that milking it too much? I don't know. Okay, can we fight about Baron Park?
I have no idea what even is going to be predicted, so I'm like totally like clueless.
Nah. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to talk about old games. I'm going to talk about El Grande and
Talk about El Grande. Yeah, there's a Spiel winner for you.
There you go.
Talk about El
How
Grande?
heavy? What is that rated as a weight wise on BGG?
Well,
that's your SDJ winner.
For the record, I am not going to search it because I don't want it to come up in my search history.
I still think you're crazy, Chris.
I don't want the internet to think that I might like that game. Boo. Kind of. You know what? Here's the deal. If I ever get to another convention while I'm still alive and you people are there, you drag it out, sit me down, hand me a glass of bourbon and say, shut the hell up, play this game, give it a fair chance, and I will play it. Okay? I absolutely will play it. No, that is a promise on the internet, so you know it's true. If you find me at a convention, anybody, and I'm talking to the rest of the chat room too, not just the hosts. I don't care. Anybody within the sound of my voice. If you find me at a convention and I am not on my way to doing something else or already doing something else, and you say, hey, Bill, come play El Grande, I will come play El Grande. And I will play it and I will give it a fair chance. And if I still hate it and think it's a pile of crap after that, then I don't want to hear it. All right? Fair? Damn it. Cool. Can we fight about Barron Park now?
Sure.
It's really good. It's really good. All right. So Barron Park. Barron Park was my third. I got a copy of it in a trade a couple of weeks ago. And it is, well, first off, apparently offensive. There are a lot of people that really find the idea of Bear Parks offensive. I don't know.
Because it's a zoo?
Well, because apparently bear parks specifically are not particularly humane to the bears.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's the whole zoo thing. Yeah,
it's the zoo thing. Okay. Well, whatever. I don't know anything. And this is quite frankly a topic I am uninformed on, and I don't have any opinion on the theme of the game whatsoever. So cut me some slack on that. If you were a zoo hater, I apologize. I'm talking about the game itself, not the theme here. Okay. Because I don't know anything about the theme and I don't exactly understand why people hate it. The basic idea about it is that it's a tetromino game. You start with one tile and one building to put on that tile. And whenever you place a tile, you're going to cover up icons. Those icons that you cover up are going to give you more tiles or more buildings that you can then place, or potentially more tiles that you can place. And as you cover them up, you're just trying to fill your board. As soon as you fill a tile, you will get a bear statue which is worth points. There are little mini goals to chase, and the first person that fills 4 tiles with buildings triggers endgame. Everybody gets one more turn, and then you count up all the points you can see. That's the whole game, and it's great. It is my go-to light game at this point because it's super easy to teach. It plays in like a half an hour. Everybody gets it. They know they want to play it a second time. It's awesome. I don't understand why Brandon makes faces. Why don't you like it?
It's much the same as anything. Patrick was saying with Rajas. There's absolutely no tension there in Barron Park. It's just I'm grabbing a tile and I'm placing a tile, and I'm trying to fill my board as best I can.
But there totally is. You have the goals that if you're the first one to get to the goal, you get more points, and you want to get the bear statues faster because they're the single biggest.
With Brandon,
yeah.
I'd rather play Patchwork with a themeless making game than Barron Park.
I don't like Patchwork. I don't like Patchwork. I think because I don't know because Patchwork's meaner.
Continue on with Bear Park.
Huh?
Barron Park. I said continue on with Barron Park.
Okay.
I called it Barron Park.
Actually, already touched on. I've literally already described the whole game.
Yeah, I just found it dull. It's really my whole thing. I found it tensionless. I found it kind of just drab in looks. I love bears.
So I've never.
I was kind of offended that there was a koala.
Oh, yes. Waiting for that to come out.
Why?
Because it's
not a bear.
Who cares? It's called this is the most meaningless theme in the history of games, right? Like this game does not, the theme is pointless, but it's a great game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't played Indian Summer Chat. I have no idea.
I like the fact that it has porta potties. So
yes, I do like the fact that you can place porta potties. That's fun. I like everything about this game. I think the only thing I don't like is the price tag. But since Mayfair's gone now and got bought up by Asmodee, and that game went with it, hopefully we'll get a second printing of it at a more reasonable price, because it was what, like $45 or something stupid like that.
I don't think look at Asmodee to get you something more.
It's going to be cheaper than that. It's got to be cheaper than that.
I don't think
if Dan Halstead likes this game, there's got to be something going on here.
What's
He
that?
doesn't like if Dan Halstead likes this. There's got to be
know.
something going on.
Why
'cause
don't
he
I
doesn't
not
like
know who that is
anything.
off the top of my head?
He's on the League of Nonsensical Gamers.
He likes Baron Park?
Yes.
Wow. He must have been hit in the head, I think.
Really good game. Yeah, $56 on Amazon.
Yeah, it's got a print right now. It's within between print runs. That's why it's $56. I don't know what people are paying.
I mean, that insert alone is worth.
Oh God, negative $5 is what it's worth. Negative $5. If you've never seen a picture of the insert of Baron Park,
and I love Funk's defending of it. I absolutely love it.
The stupidest,
but it's still just worthless.
As hot. That's bullshit. That is the dumbest. Don't defend that crap. Like give me all right, devil's advocate, Brandon. Since you are familiar with this, I want you to take the side of the insert doesn't suck butt. Go.
It divides things up properly in three different.
How is that? What exactly do you
That's
put?
all I know. I never put the game back together, or put it back in the box
Immediately.
I don't know. But
Chat room,
according to him, if you put it together properly,
yes,
you could put all the
2-player, 3-player, and 4-player into the different zones.
Bins. It's 3 different bins in that box for it. And we call it an insert, but it's not. It's just a cardboard divider.
Yes.
It's
Chad says the
what
Mayfair insert sucked ass.
He is not wrong. It is the stupidest damn thing.
We got to get over this. Those aren't inserts. What Stronghold gives us are not inserts. What Fantasy Flight gives us are not inserts. Well, I take that back.
What?
Maybe some of their deep box
No.
are.
Don't go all frickin' grammar Nazi or whatever, or pedantic.
Those are just cardboard dividers.
That's
inserts are what we get that are plastic formed and have function.
No, that's called a plastic form. That's called a plastic insert. The other things are still inserts. We talked about this on the show too.
I'm never going to call that an insert. That's
Boo.
a divider.
Yes, the Baron Park insert is hot garbage. It's a piece of shit. When you just take it out, throw it at somebody you already dislike, or better yet, sharpen it slightly and use it as a shiv. It'll be better served for that than it is in the actual box. You don't.
This is what we're resorting to.
It'll probably actually increase the value of your copy of the game by at least $2 by throwing it away, because people aren't going to get it and go, "What the hell is this thing?" Just go get yourself some baggies. You don't need the insert. It's dumb.
There you go. Cardboard shipping separates.
Fine. Great. It's got a real name. It's still fine. Anyway, Baron Park is awesome, but trade for it. Do not pay $56. That's dumb. It's
better
not,
yet, just play somebody else's copy.
Yeah, here's the deal. On the Cubist scale, it's a play it only because it was stupidly expensive. Even when it was first in print, it was stupidly expensive. Like it was like a $40 or $45 game when it was released, and it is not $40 worth of game.
No.
Like it's just not that level of gameplay. It's a great addition if you can trade for it, but do not pay any, like it's not worth that kind of money, even with the big tetrominoes and the nice, and the art is cute, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the starter tiles are in 8 different languages, so you can make jokes about Russian bears if you want to, or whatever. Or you can basically be Patrick and be the official mispronouncer of names 7 different times in that game. It's wonderful, but it's trade for it or play somebody else's copy. Don't buy it.
Yeah, I would just suggest buying Cacao from the same designer and being happy.
Cacao is really good too. By the way, I have Chocolatl and I've had it for a while and I've still never played with it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
I'm like always teaching. So when we were talking about Quadropolis before, who was it? Crap. Somebody was saying that they're always playing with new players and so they've never played the expert version. Josh, thank you. This is the same problem I have with Cacao. I am always teaching Cacao. It's such a good entry-level game for people that want to play something pretty light. Mm-hmm. Like that is my go-to light medium game, right? Like that's the one that Baron Park might take that title, but it'll be close. But yeah, I've still never played with the expansion, so I can't wait to hear because I don't know when I'm going to get a chance ever. Damn it. But all right. Have any of you okay, can we want to bitch about
them heathens?
What? Call everybody heathens.
Okay.
That's sort of my thing. Sorry. Okay. It's bad. I'm currently wearing a shirt with a pentagram on it. So I guess at this point I'm already halfway gone. So there's a website called Pop Vulture that does like funny geeky t-shirts or whatever. And I bought myself a Hawkins AV Club shirt from Stranger Things, and a friend of mine another shirt that she really wanted. And they have a mystery t-shirt deal that I bought 3 t-shirts for, I think it was $3 a piece or whatever. So shipped, I got like 3 geeky t-shirts for $12, and this was one of them. And it's here. I'm not standing up because I don't feel like it.
I don't even know who that is.
Crowley. It's he's from Supernatural. It's the guy that played Badger on Firefly. Mark A. Shepard. He's sort of the go-to if you need a slightly dignified but still sort of Weasley British guy. You get Mark A. Shepard. He's that guy.
Okay.
So he's anyway. So I have this. Yeah, and I wore this to the gym today and got between pink hair and a pentagram on my shirt. I got more weird looks than I've gotten all week. So I don't know. All right. Hey, Gaming Hoopla. Ben asked about this a few minutes ago. Sorry, Ben, I didn't quite get to it. Yes, Gaming Hoopla is coming up. I don't know if I'm going yet. I really want to. My finances have taken a pretty serious beating in the last couple weeks here. So I'm sort of putting everything on hold right now until I get my feet back underneath me. But I can't put some shoes on, you damn hippie. Sorry, that's the chat room. But yeah, I don't know. If I go to the Hoopla, it'll probably be as a volunteer, not full on staff. But one of these days, I got to figure out a way to tempt you two into getting to the Hoopla.
I'd love to do the Hoopla. It seems like my kind of jam.
It is your kind of jam, dude. It's about a 500-person convention in a nice big space. Actually, they moved again this year, so I don't know what the space is like this year. But it's getting closer to you. It keeps migrating south.
Yeah, keep on coming.
Your drive keeps getting shorter. Patrick,
yeah, we were just talking about that today on Twitter, weren't we? Me bad-mouthing how many people are showing up at conventions, me looking for smaller conventions to go to.
BGG is cozy.
I like BGG. I am heartbroken.
I know, Chad.
I am absolutely heartbroken that I can't go to BGG this year. It's just
we'll just figure out a way to do something instead.
Here's the deal. In 3 months, if everything suddenly if the ship rights itself somehow by summer, and suddenly November starts to look like a realistic time for me to take a week off of work, maybe I'll see if there's a exhibitor that wants to hand me a badge.
Yeah.
And I'll go be pretty in somebody's booth for a weekend. But other than that, right now, I have officially taken all of the conventions off my calendar for 2018.
Gotcha.
But I'm going to throw a lot of BillCons instead, damn it. Let's do that a bunch.
Those are the best things to do. I mean, I love going to conventions, and I love seeing people that I don't see all the time. But I honestly don't think anything beats having 10 people over to your house to play freaking games for 48 hours.
Yeah. That reminds, well, hey, speaking of which, we're doing Extra Life. I haven't actually pointed to this yet. Can I just say that everybody that supported the Extra Life Marathon, thank you. That's the gold medal that we got sent by raising over $1,000 during the marathon, and we didn't even do it on the right day. So this year, I'm going to take that is the one day I am definitely taking off of work, is I'm going to take the official Extra Life day off and do a full on. I'm going to get human beings over to this house, and we're playing games for 24 hours in person day. It's going to suck, but we're going to do it. So, yeah, for the record, Chad, if you pay me enough, I'll wear whatever the hell you want. Okay. At this point, I am willing to whore myself out as much as need be. So,
yeah, I'm turning 50 next year. I just figured out, and
you just wait.
Did the math?
Can we address the part where you just noticed that you're almost 50?
Yeah, right, sorry. Scary.
Anyway,
and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do something big. And we talked about renting out the gaming cafe in town. So, planning. Mark your calendars for
St. Patrick's Day
for PhilCon 2019.
2019 PhilCon.
2019. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to set aside a whole year, but if you get around to an actual date, you let me know. I'll show up.
St. Patrick's Day weekend.
For St. Patty's. Okay, so a year from now.
It's his birthday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can
to
that
St.
also
Patrick's Day.
Oh, that's true. Can it also be my birthday? Can we combine it? And I
We
will
can
redirect
combine it.
billsbirthdaybash.com
Oh,
to it.
Lord have
can do
mercy.
that.
Shut up. I just re-upped that, man. The answer, the next marathon is going to be November 3rd of this year. That is going to be the next that's Extra Life 2018, and we're going to do the straight up thing. Anybody, by the way, I'll even open this up to the chat room, which is going to seem stupid. If you actually want to come to southeastern Wisconsin for the
You got to sell it better than that, Bill.
well, nobody actually wants to come to southeastern Wisconsin, right? Like nobody says, you know where I really want to go in November
Wisconsin.
is one of the coldest places that in the continental United States.
The land of head injuries at water parks.
Yeah, exactly. Places where Cubist co-hosts take diggers off of water slides and then end up in the ER. Yeah, no. But if you're interested, I'm going to start doing a full-on organization thing. There is a hotel about a block and a half's walk from my apartment, and I'm going to do the full-on 24 hours. So November 3rd is the Extra Life, and I have already actually signed up to start fundraising. I'm just not going to start pushing it because that'd be stupid. Paul, thank you so much for joining us. You're the best, and screw you. All right, there we go. Yes, Gary Con. Gary Con is indeed in Wisconsin. I think it just happened. I think it was just last weekend. And it is about 15 minutes from my house, actually about 10 minutes from my house. So it's right down the road. I mean, I grew up in Lake Geneva where TSR was before and where Gary got his start. And well, I've told this. Have I told this on the show? I've said this, right? Yeah, because Dad was on the show.
Yep.
Yes.
Right, because we had Dad on as a guest once. So yeah. I am OG. So to speak. All right. So what are your convention schedules? I told my depressing tale. What are you people going to this year? Besides Patrick, you're going to BGG. I know that.
Next up, Geekway.
You're doing Geekway? You're both doing Geekway,
That's the
right?
plan, yeah.
Yep.
That was the one that I was 90% sure I was going to go to before the shit hit the fan. We'll see. I mean, I don't have a badge, and I don't know that it is. Is it sold out?
Nope.
It still didn't sell out. All right.
Passes to get.
We'll see. This is again. I feel like a lame ass, but what it really comes down to is I have to everything is a waiting game right now while I wait for the boat to right itself. Right. So I can't commit to anything yet. But okay, sorry. Geekway. You're going to Geekway, then you're going to Origins because that's your home show, right?
I am. Yes.
Yeah.
And then BGG, I guess.
And BGG. All right. Brandon.
Gen Con.
You're doing Gen Con too?
I'm probably just going to do like a short weekend at Gen Con, like drive up Friday night, stay overnight, and go Saturday or something like I did last year.
Okay.
Forgot about that little one.
Yeah, well, you know. How about you, Brandon?
We're doing Moon City Con in Springfield, Missouri in April, the 14th and 15th, I think it is. Then Geekway. And Chris put the Age of Steam Con on there. I'm still back and forth of whether I want to go to that, whether my brain can take 48 hours of the Chads playing Age of Steam or not. Gen Con, Chris is, whether he realizes it or not, is going to be part of the plan. We're just going to go up. We're going to bum rush Gen Con for one day on Thursday, buy all the goodies, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do a little gathering over the weekend, I think, at home. Play all the new games and laugh at people who are still sweating in Gen Con in the halls and, doing things outside. Yeah. Other than that, I'm just looking for small cons around to go to.
Gaming hoopla.
I know you keep saying that, but that, I really wish.
I'm going to keep saying it till you show up.
And I'm beginning to think that I need to make it so we need to make Missouri like a hub for small invitation kind of conventions, like out of St. Louis or, even Columbia, and just start having them like twice a year, because I think that's a thing that should happen.
All right.
Plus, it's easy for me to get to.
Yeah, there you go. Here's the deal. I think that I actually really like your little town I say your little town. It's the capital of Missouri.
It
doesn't feel huge
for people to come in from out of town unless they're just coming from, the surrounding area, because it's not on I-70, or we're 30 minutes south of I-70.
Yeah, it's a weird drive.
It is. I mean, if everybody
could
take the boats, it'd be perfect. We could just go down the Missouri River and you'd show up at our doorstep. But yeah,
Chad, you laugh, but about Cubist Con 2020. But I'll tell you this: if we ever somehow turn the corner and become a financially viable podcast, like I don't see it ever happening. But because I also am not gonna work that hard at it, right? Like this is as much. Well, no, I mean legitimately, it would be nice to not hemorrhage money on this show, but I'm also not all about that hustle, right? Like I'm not gonna.
I think we're kind of at peak professional podcasters.
Yeah, it's also never. Yeah, that's a good point, right?
I think we're just kind of at that point.
We're a bunch of assholes, is what we are. But.
No. The funny thing is, I don't think we are. I don't think maybe we're enough of assholes, right? Like there's that.
Oh, that could be. We should.
I think you might just be too chill to hustle that hard. But here's my point, Chad. I've actually already been thinking about that before the last 3 weeks events happened. That's already been a thing that's been sort of hovering in the back of my head, is that I would love to do a big Cubist gathering, like a legitimate, let's rent a hall for a weekend and just sit around and play games and do a live show. And, we could live stream a show from a hall. There's no reason we couldn't do that. But we're not there yet, right? Like, I mean, I got really excited today because we had 17 concurrent viewers, which was incredibly exciting. But those are quite frankly not the kind of numbers that tell me that I should rent a hall for a weekend, right? So that way 20 of us can sit around in a hall meant for 300.
Dude, that's fucking perfect. Maybe not the hall meant for 300. Maybe not the hall meant for 300, but 20 people sitting around playing games.
Have you ever actually done that? Because I have. The hoopla that shall not be spoken of, the very first one that happened, we didn't know how to advertise anything. And we had 19 people sitting in a hall playing for 120.
Absolutely.
Not only did we lose our asses money-wise, but it was cold. Like it was cold because you think you're going to get people. And then when you don't get people, it's cold and it's lonely and it's weird and it's uncomfortable.
We're going to rent a cabin out in the woods where there's no cell service and we're going to trap people there for 4 days. That's what the shit we're going to do.
Chris, I will run an El Grande tournament. I will provide prizes for the El Grande tournament.
I don't want to know what the prize is.
If we get to the point, I will play. You know what? I will play in an El Grande. I'm looking right at you, Chris Ray. I will play in your stupid El Grande tournament, and I will probably lose my ass, but I'll try real hard. But we have to spread the word, and we have to make the show bigger. Like, just that's it. Otherwise, no. It's a terrible idea.
It doesn't have to be bigger.
It does have to be bigger.
50-person cons are perfect, and then that 50 becomes another.
Cool. Let's get 50. That'd be great. If I looked at
another 50, and then sooner or later, 2 years down the road, we'll get at 150, and it doesn't have to be 200 people to start off with.
Here's what I will tell you, Chad. I do 1 or 2 BillCons a year, and I regularly get around 20, 25 people in my apartment. Okay, I do. And I don't charge anybody anything. Nobody pays for anything. I feed everybody. I provide beverages. I just say, I put out a bucket. And if you feel like throwing some money in it to help offset the cost, great. But real conventions in real halls, I also ran, because I'm one of the founders of the Gaming Hoopla, which is part of why I push this thing. And I will tell you right now that the stress and the work that goes into even planning a small convention sucks. Especially when it's your money on the line. Especially when you're not rich. So I'm not opposed to the idea. We're just not there yet. That's all I'm saying. Sorry, that was probably more serious than y'all meant it, but I'm the Concred guy, right? Like I did a whole segment. By the way, I got fan mail on Concred a couple days ago. I'm like, holy shit, that segment's like 3 years old. I stopped doing that. Mm-hmm. But Mountain Con? Oh boy.
I don't know. Is that your?
No, I'm just picking on Chad for not being able to type. Yes, yeah. So I'll the prize for the El Grande tournament will be the Barron Park insert sharpened into shivs, and I'll just lock the winner and second place in a room together for 5 minutes and see what happens. There you go. No, we'll see. I don't know. I really want to do. I've been the Hoopla staff has approached me this year asking if I'd be interested in working in the library and recommending games, which is sort of my dream job. So I'm going to try and do the Hoopla just as a volunteer, but we'll see.
Do it.
We'll see. More importantly, I'm trying to time things out so I can have another game day with my friend Brandon Kemp, who I enjoyed driving down to, and maybe my friend Patrick Hillier, except for his life is more stressful, I think.
Yeah.
No? All right. Are you farther away? No, you're actually closer.
I think Dayton may be a little bit closer.
To you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about 6 hours from Chicago.
All right. So you're about almost the exact same distance, actually. You two are
just in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
It's a triangle.
Well, no, St. Louis is 6 hours from Chicago, right?
Right. It's a pyramidal shape.
Like this, you mean? Wait, it's it like this? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Are we doing this? The shape?
Yes, we're doing that shape.
Okay. But I'm saying, yeah, St. Louis is another 2.5 hours from me. So
right. But I'm still not in Chicago. So stop measuring from Chicago because Chicago is the wrong way for you, Brandon.
I mean, that's basically like
it's not
South Wisconsin, right?
No.
I've never been too good with geography.
First off, I'm an hour west of Chicago. So let's start there, okay? So, yeah. No, you two are almost exactly the same distance from me. It's just a matter of who I like better.
Yeah.
Who is less likely to make me play El Grande if I show up is what it really is.
Well, I don't own a copy. I have
access. Oh, well, that's a good start.
I have access to copies.
Great. Oh, boy. You know what? The sucky thing is that Patrick has my address and has mailed me shit before. So one of these days I'm going to get a box and it's just going to be El Grande. And I'm going to pull an Eric Summer and go, El Grande! Really loud.
We saw Citadels tonight at the game.
Nice.
I had to yell it.
Nice.
Yeah. That's another game I just don't get.
Which one?
Citadels.
Yeah. And Alan's like, didn't you hate this game? I'm like,
I thought I would predict that you would love Citadels, Brandon.
I didn't. I mean, I've played it a handful of times. Yeah. What?
It's the middle finger of games. It's just one gigantic fuck you in a box. Like it's all it is. It's just how hard can I screw other people over? Rinse and repeat.
Maybe I just didn't get that when I played it.
Oh yeah. It's
maybe I was on the receiving end a bit too much. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, ugh. That was actually when that whole joke started. Is when I decided that I liked Eric Summerer. Because I'm like, oh, see, he gets it. I think I might even still own my copy of Citadels just out of spite. I'm in a really shitty mood and I want to piss people
off. I
off.
have the small silver box or whatever they were version of it. I don't know.
By the way, Chad, those two things are exactly the same. So there you go. See, if you're watching this afterwards, you're missing all. Actually, you're not anymore because they've changed how chat works. They've changed the live streaming rules. Now you can actually see the chat in the same time, like time shifted. So, like if people watch this afterwards, 45 minutes in or whatever, they will see the things said at the same time. Up. Yeah, which I think is fun. I don't know. Are there any games that actively piss you off? Like, so I talked about Citadels was one for me, right? And El Grande, here's the deal. El Grande I don't like, but it doesn't actively piss me off, right? Like it's just like I just don't need to play it, but I will play it if you chase me down. Are there other games where you play them and you're like, ah?
Lords of Waterdeep did that to me the last time I played.
Really?
Oh yeah, I was actively that dickhead at the table who just wanted out of the game. It freaking pissed me off.
I don't like that game.
And I had to apologize to everyone afterwards because I don't like doing that. But there just was nothing happening in that game that benefited me through the whole thing. I couldn't make it happen. It just wasn't there. And it pissed me off to no end.
Well, so like Lorenzo of Magnifico pissed me off when I played it because I felt like it was meaner than it advertised. but I need to play it again.
Yeah,
and there was another
I need
game
to
that
play it, period.
Yeah, there is another game, and this is I'm pulling a me here. There's another game that I'm not ready to talk about on the show yet that shall not be named that did that for me more recently as well. And I don't want to talk about it yet until I get it to a table.
This is after dark, so you can spout off things.
Yeah, but I don't want to spoil what will potentially be my review because I'm going to will it to the table again.
What was it?
Fine, it's Dinosaur Island. I really wanted to like that game. And it has this drawing meeples from a bag mechanic that I hated. You
try it again. Come back fresh.
Yeah, I will. That's the whole deal. Patrick, any games that piss you off?
Well, any
social deduction game?
Social deduction games we have to yell at each other. We're
what do you mean?
He who yells the loudest is the one who succeeds in the game. Resistance, Secret Hitler,
Werewords.
No.
Werewords, there wasn't any yelling.
No, there wasn't. I just threw that in there because I didn't like it. No, more of those. I'm thinking of Secret Hitler and Resistance because those ones, at least in our play groups, resort to people yelling at each other and they're getting louder and louder, and that's their method of social deduction rather than.
And see, that's the problem, right? Is when you get those sort of people at the table, those are just the people you need to not play games with, like in general. Yeah,
that is why I didn't play Secret Hitler. It wasn't. I mean, it was 50% the game and 50% of the people of one person who was at the table. And I said, I'm just not going to play this game with this group. Yeah. I would rather sit over here and do nothing. I'll go and sit. I'll go play a solo game. I will go home. I don't know. I'm just not. Yeah. This is not going to be fun. Rather than be miserable, I will not play.
Now.
Huh?
You have to play Heaven and Ale, the greatest game known to man.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with that, but
I know I'm trying to be a lighthearted jerk.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I had a good time. Very good time. So
Chad says Magic Maze. I think that
Magic Maze.
I like the first half of Magic Maze, but there does come a point when the complexity level is too much, I think, and I don't want to play it past that point. Like there comes a point when I'm like, and now we're just adding in rules. I think it's already hard, right? God, like I want
15.
I don't like it. Yes.
Sorry, Patrick.
Keep me up so late.
Oh, yeah, but it's fun.
It is fun.
Flux is not a game, so you don't have to worry about that one.
I enjoy Flux. See, if it's a theme that I enjoy, like the pirate one, and you're talking like pirates and you're having a good time, I don't mind playing Flux. Or the Monty Python one, and you're doing stupid Python jokes.
All right, fine. I've never played any of the theme Fluxes. Maybe they're better. The basic Flux.
Basic stupid Flux is stupid, but
it's real. Yeah. Stupid Flux is stupid. That's a meme. There you go. Time Stories got you point. Yeah, I remember that, Ben. You played that with me. Yeah, that was the red herring in the base game. There was Time Stories as those stupid dead ends that are just dumb.
Oh, the guy with the plunger on his head.
Yeah, well, lots of that. Spoilers.
Oh, come on. After dark. People should expect that shit.
That's true. Time's up. Time's up? How do you get pissed at Time's up?
Ooh, yeah. Get that one. All right, we need an answer on that one, Chad.
Yeah. Chad, we're going to hold you to the fire. Charterstone kept hoping it would get good. It didn't. All right. I'm in the midst of a Charterstone game, and I don't. I'm sorry, I just read Chad's thing. I don't know. I don't hate it. I also don't love it. I think it's fine. I think that I'm not playing it in ideal circumstances. My game of Charterstone, and what I mean by that is I think that it has production issues. I think that the type is too small and the board is too wide. And so I'm physically having a hard time seeing things that are on the other side of the table based on the way that the seating is going, just where we end up playing it. I know that's weird, but I think it's more logistic. I think that if the board was square, you know what I mean, such that and the typeface was bigger, I think it would be better. So yes, one player did drop out of Bill's Charterstone game. I wonder who that could be, Ben. Anyway.
Bill?
No, it was not me. Wasn't me yet. Chad. Anything past 1.0 is bad? What?
From Flux. He's just being an
but
he's being an asshole. All right, Toms are shitty if you're playing with one of the morons have no concept of history.
See, I don't know. I think
I'm used to doing the movie ones and stuff. I don't know.
Half the fun of Time's Up for me is when you get somebody that gets a card and they have no idea what the hell it is they're looking at, and so they just start doing wordplay stuff, and you're like, "What the fuck is that about? Like, what? Do you not know who Marie Curie is? Like, I feel like you should know that, and then you get to laugh at that person."
So, have you played the Chameleon yet?
No.
You roll dice, and it's got like a little code thing, and so you look at that, and then you get your answer off that, and then you look at your personal board, and then you know what the answer is going to be, right? The best part of the Chameleon is when people misread it, and so it's just complete chaos, and you have no idea who's what.
Yep. Pictomania has that too, right? Like if you accidentally misread, like you look at the wrong card and you're frantically drawing, and people are like, "Why are you drawing that? That's not that at all." You know?
Yeah.
That's fun too. I don't know. All right, so we're going to wrap this up because Patrick is yawning bad enough that he looks like he's about to dislocate his entire chin on camera, and I don't want to kill my friend Patrick.
Sorry, long day.
No, that's all right. I totally get it, man. Chat, thanks for hanging out with us. I love these After Darks. I will tell you right now, one of the things that we are going to do on the Patreon/Pod Pledge is we are going to set a goal where I will do, we won't make Patrick do more than one of these a month or whatever, but we'll do a second one a month if we can get to a certain point where we actually can justify staying up stupidly late. Hell, I'll do it by myself and just sit and swear at you guys for an hour. I don't care.
Yeah, you fuckers.
Huh? There you go. Good God. But yeah, I really like doing these. I think we always get good response from both the chat room and the people that watch afterwards about the After Darks. They're a lot of fun. And it's fun just sitting around and shooting the shit with my friends too, right? So like there's this is always fun. But all right, no fancy sign-offs. Patrick, I love you. Brandon, I love you.
Hey, I did want to shout out. Did you guys see the picture of a topless game board designer Tony Boydell today?
What?
He's not the only one.
What the hell are you talking about?
Tony Boydell, board game designer, was seen topless on Twitter today.
Oh no!
I'll have to.
Was that good or bad?
A Lyricon thing.
It's bad. You don't need to see it.
It's bad. I don't need to see it. All right, well,
I'm going to find Tony.
Why? And he's frantically searching.
Look for Mile High Game Guys. I think.
Oh, it was
okay. See, this is the difference.
We've him sitting there with Anthony or with
Adrian.
With Adrian.
It's very awkward.
We have just spotted the primary difference between myself and Brandon Kemp. Is I was very grateful to hear that I didn't need to see this, and Brandon was frantically grabbing. No, stop it.
There it is. Yep.
Nope.
See, they played the Mind. Terrible. It was like their first game that they played. I guess Adrian played it with Tony. And I just really wanted to be in that group because that would be the funniest thing to see him just start calling people names because people screwed it up. Because he's that guy.
Adrian or Tony?
No, Tony is.
Tony.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tony seems like a character.
Yeah.
Maybe there you go. You ready?
Yes.
The next funding goal that we'll put on the Pod Pledge or Patreon or whatever.
I am not going topless.
It'll be a topless episode. We will make sure to give Kimberly the night off so that way we don't get like it's not terrible. Well, I don't know. I guess it would be her call. No, that's not her call. That's a terrible idea. No, never mind. Everything about this idea is bad. It's After Dark. You can't yell at me about this. All right. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us, folks. God, why do I always make it awkward at the very end? Everybody have a great night. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Thanks, chat room. You're the best. See ya.